We on.
Alrighty.
Why'd you say it like that?
Just had to.
Alrighty. Edit.
Hey. Welcome to the Loud Ass Neighbors podcast. My name is JoJo. To my left,
And I really wanted to get to the Baby Keem verse, but to his left you got the Don, and to my left.
King Chang Lang, everybody, and our guest today.
They call me Sonny. And the song we're listening to is M95 by Kendrick Lamar on his new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Amazing album, I might say.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it.
All right,
Get into it.
I'll start first because everybody know how I feel about Kendrick and his ability to make and craft amazing albums.
I mean, he is the GOAT.
Oh yeah, one of them.
One of those.
Who else?
You got the
Drake,
big
no.
three. Drake and J.
No.
Cole and Kendrick. Big
No.
three.
Kendrick, no. Kendrick, yes.
Nah, you
J.
gotta
Cole.
give Drake his due
Yeah,
diligence.
I mean, like, you know,
Gotta give him
long-term
his due diligence.
longevity, 10 years or 12 years in the game or whatever.
It's longer
for
than
sure.
that now. It's
All right,
been it for a while.
So this is how I think about it. United Grief I didn't like it that much. Skip. N95 banger. World Steppers. I liked it,
World
but
Light
it's
Steppers.
probably just I'm not gonna be repeating that. Probably just a road trip song. Die Hard is another hitter. Really good. Father Time, really great. Rich interlude, solid.
Overall, how did you think of the
Oh,
project?
come
So you have to
on,
go through
man.
18 songs.
Look, it's got a lot- it's
I
got a
like
lot
this
of
song.
hits.
I like that song. I like this song. I like that song. I like this song. I
Selection.
like that song.
Like as a whole, like, out of 10, what would you rate it?
Yeah.
I give it 8.5.
What? Why?
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
10. Like
10?
Yeah, 10. Because I mean,
I
like, the
can't
album
give it a
is
Can't
like,
give it a 10.
why?
Cause all right. Look.
But it's
Reason
the message.
why I can't give it a 10 is because this album is more of an art form than like a big studio like radio
I feel like you're
album.
going the right way with it, but all right, art form is not bad. What he's
No.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like this wasn't made for like the public, like
Not
the
commercial.
majority.
You're saying
Here.
it's not
The
commercial.
commercial. This was made for like the majority of people to just hear this and like play in the club.
This
That's
is
and,
not
like,
twerking music.
That's
of
not what I
course.
was-
This
that's
is
not why
like,
you
no,
made it
no,
happen.
but this is more like, you know, everybody look within yourself and become a better person. Like, you know, go through healing. You know,
Yeah.
Evolve. Like, you
So-
know, like, I don't want to like always hear like, you know, but in a skit every single time. Like, I want like
That's
a
what his album
message.
did.
Really, this is out. I mean, like 2 or 3 songs, yeah, but like, you know, for the most part,
It's
you
not a
know,
lot of auto tune. It's a lot of like just music. You know, like even maybe digital music, but it's
Yeah.
still
Here's-
it's not like
Here's my take on the
auto
album.
tune.
I agree. I think 8.5, 9,
Yeah.
maybe 9.
That's
That's
right there.
right there. It is a good album. I think that the substance 100% was there. Lyricism was there.
Yeah,
Message
on point, yeah.
message was there.
On point, yeah.
If I had any critique on this album, for one, I think it's too long. I hate long albums.
What in the world are we
It's
talking
an
about?
hour and like 13 minutes,
That's
right?
what
I
I'm
know,
talking about.
but when you're pushing through like 16, 18 songs, I think that what he should have done, which I think would have been genius, is for him to actually do a double release where he released half of this album and then gave us the other half.
I ain't gonna lie.
Cause the way
I rock with that because
How long was
the first half was hard
How long
as
was CLB?
fuck.
He could have mixed it
The
up.
first half
I
was
was trying
hard.
to say, that was my same
Well,
critique on CLB. That was my same
both.
critique on CLB. Same critique on CLB.
or a Scorpion.
Yeah, same. I had the same critique. It's too long. I'm weird about that. I'm a big Drake fan, and I'll tell you, CLB and Scorpion both too fucking long.
How long
You
should
give me-
how long should that would be? An hour?
40 minutes.
Yeah, 8 to 10. I like 8 to 12 songs, like the sweet spot.
Yeah,
When
like-
you hit
like-
12, you push it.
Like Michael Jackson, you know, like, you know, Thriller, Off the Wall. It's like 8.
Because if
10,
he took his
you know,
best
it's just
10 songs, I'm gonna say best 10 songs off of this album, and just made that the whole album, this would have been a fucking powerhouse album. Nobody would have been able to compare to it. I think for Kendrick, I have such a high bar for him because he is a GOAT in my eyes. Damn to this day is probably one of my favorite albums from him, just because it was just there was so much thought behind it. The energy was there, and like it hit every wave. Like you went through just a fucking fluctuation of emotions. This one was definitely like a more mature album. Like this is Big Boy Kendrick. Like you ain't. There's no Kung Fu Kenny. Like this is you getting Kendrick Lamar. Like this is it. And he was talking this shit.
I love the name drops. Kyrie Irving. Who else? Kanye West.
LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye and Drake. He dropped Kanye.
Future.
And Drake.
A lot of names were dropping.
I did like
not
this.
Scared, not scared to put you out there.
I like the self. I don't want to say self-reflection, but the self-critique he did on himself, where he was like, it was with the Drake.
I'm not your idol.
That and the Drake and Kanye thing, where he was like, those two when they made up, it made me realize like,
oh yeah,
I'm not forgiving type shit.
It's funny. It's funny because you said that. I read something that said that his album, like the main message of the album was word of the year, accountability.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of his songs is about how he's taking accountability for a lot of things that's happened to him.
And that's the reason why this album is a 10, because like everybody as a whole collective should be accountable for their own actions and work on themselves. Mm-hmm. So like I'm tired of all the whoopty music. Like I want some everybody. I want y'all to grow as human beings. There should be peace in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be peace. There should be, compassion. There should be maturity. Like, right now we're living in a society that's getting to a place where it's just, going off the tail end. We're all doomed long term. So it's just like.
What do you mean? Explain on that.
I mean, for example, you have, people growing up having a bunch of hurts and everything, a bunch of trauma.
Yeah.
No one's dealing with their trauma and their past pains. They're inflicting their pain on somebody else. And these kids, also getting the wrath of their parents. So long term in the future, I feel kids you already now seeing a bunch of 8-year-olds and stuff calling women the B word and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I feel we're getting to a point, to a place where Justin
what?
He's gonna do that. He's gonna do that.
I mean,
it's so obvious.
I don't like doing it.
You can't just he ever.
It is no matter how far away you get. I'll go back and I'll listen to the podcast. It's like, damn, bro, that's not an asshole. But go on, bro.
No, but I just feel we're just getting to a place where people as a whole, there's no accountability, there's no self growth, self actualization and stuff. Society's going to fall off. We're all going to die.
That was too deep for me. That was too deep for me. No, I don't.
But thing is, it all ties in. Is he a prophet?
No. He profited off this album.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like this album was like a museum of paintings. I feel like every song was like a painting, but
that's art.
It was. Yeah, I know it was a painting all by the same artist. But for me personally, and it probably goes in with it being too long. Maybe I just felt like all of the art didn't flow as one. It was a lot of great art pieces in the same gallery.
So when I listen to Kendrick, I kind of go in. I get what you're saying. I'm picking on you about it, but I actually do go in listening to what Kendrick has to say. Because Kendrick. What makes Kendrick great is not the fact that he's this super technical rapper. He's a very conscious rapper where he is speaking on relevant issues.
And we need that.
Right. And we do. And that's where I guess that's where the argument kind of comes in, where people do have the GOAT conversation with Kendrick. Where some people are like, he just doesn't do it for me. Where, you got somebody where you got Drake. Drake is the hit maker. Okay? Mm. He is a hit maker. You can't deny that. That man drops and the world stops. That's how Drake goes. And he gets a single for the next 3 months.
He's a Drake stan, bro.
Now,
I am. Though.
and then
I mean, I respect him, but I mean,
and then you get to J. Cole. Same thing with J. Cole. J. Cole's gonna drop an album. 2 or 3 singles off that album are about to break the internet for a while. And then Kendrick dropped, and it's very similar. Damn is probably like the longest ride that I just saw where it just did not fade away. Like Damn to this day. When Humble comes on, or Be Humble comes on, or what's up one? DNA, Element. When that shit comes on, everybody every fucking word to it. But like, what makes those songs so great is he made hits while still being conscious. Where I remember eating syrup sandwiches with grandma. Like all of us just like, damn, I was broke too when I was growing up. Like that shit, I related to it. Whereas I guess what you're getting at is like the Migos or even Drake, when they start talking about like the blowing the money or fucking the bitches or whatever the case may be. It's not something that's always conducive or doesn't expand on your mindset. But not everybody goes to music to expand on the mindset. So like with this album overall, I still gonna stick with my 8.5, 9.
Yeah, 8.5 is a great score. It's a great score. A lot of people get less than that.
His album for me, his 10 album is Damn, and maybe To Pimp a Butterfly. I think To Pimp a Butterfly was another one where I was just like, that's a fucking phenomenal album. Good Kid, Mad City, still also pushing a 10. Yeah. This one's not. I don't think it's that caliber, but on the level of like substance and like actual what he's talking about, this is one of his most mature albums to date. This is not the one that if I go back 20 years from now and my kids ask me about Kids with Lamar, this is not going to be the album I point him at first.
So it's like Jay-Z and like a 444. Like, it's a mature album.
Yeah.
Whenever you think Jay-Z, he playing like his stuff like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You're playing like the girls. So yeah, I mean I can see that. So now I have to ask a question, like what album is a 10 to you?
Stripper Music Club. Stripper Music.
A 10 album that I can name off the dome, which isn't rap.
Late Registration by Kanye for me.
24 Karat, Bruno Mars. That was a 10.
Paper Trails, T.I. before he went crazy.
Yeah, I'm going Late Registration is probably the first one that comes to mind, and Speaker Box and The Love Below by Outkast. Yeah. Those are like 2 10s that I just like. Both albums, 0 skips. Like all heat, all gas, all emotions. Great.
Some more.
Off the wall.
Yeah.
Off the wall.
You're right.
No skips.
Chris Brown's album with Run It on it.
Huh?
Chris Brown's album with Run It on it. That was a 10.
Run It?
Yeah,
Oh no, the second one was my favorite.
But Off the Wall.
Popping.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was in the first one.
Yes, yeah, right.
Oh no. It was the one with never mind. It was the one with Wall to Wall. That one.
Second one.
Yeah, second album, Wall to Wall.
Yeah.
That's your favorite Graffiti?
No. That Graffiti pretty bad.
Yeah,
though.
let me think about that.
Exclusive.
10 albums.
Exclusive. That was that jump.
Trying to think of what Drake's best album is. So I can
I mean, album-wise, he doesn't have any, but like mixtapes or like playlists. I can say, what's this one?
More Life.
More Life. This is up there.
I like.
This is Too Late. That's up there.
If you're reading This Is Too Late, it might be my favorite.
If you're reading This Is Too Late.
That one
so first album.
I might go do like his goes. It's how we pull.
Thank Me Later.
Thank Me Later.
So also, he was hungry,
Yeah.
Like I feel like when he was like, he was spitting. Like now he's like.
Bro, when everyone hungry, they sound.
But
you gotta.
I think Kendrick
is. I mean, like he's. Huh?
I think, in my opinion, some people they can't tap into that. They can't tap into that mindset that they had before because, like you said, they were hungry. They didn't have it. So then that artistry changes because their life changes. Now they're dripping in diamonds and golds and fashion and stuff, and that's the only thing that they can rap about because that's the only thing that they know now.
Exactly, and it almost comes like they sponsor because then it's just like they just rapping brands that be giving them free stuff.
But he's rapping. Cool. He's been rapping like that for a minute. But like I think with any artist, and it's not even just a Drake thing. It's where every artist you're starting to see where everybody's like, oh, the artist fell off. Oh, he changed. He switched up. As an artist, from an artist perspective, progress, being progressive is what it is. You don't want to have the same sound forever. Like Drake, if we had take care of Drake this whole fucking time, we would have been tired of Drake. But here come another sad ass song about how some bitch he cheated on. He won.
That's why niggas stop fucking with Bryson Tiller.
Yeah, you can't keep the same sound. Don't try to, lightning doesn't hit the same spot twice. You know what I mean? Like, try something different. Push it. That's why I respect Kendrick for changing. Every album is different. He has a different energy of every album. Same thing with Drake. Drake's starting to try to switch it. And
I wouldn't say different.
It's the same energy.
No, Drake, his biggest switch is when he started going to those Afro beats, when he tried to like tap into the Afro beat side, and then he tried to get into the drill thing, which I really wish he would stop.
Oh, when he was appropriating different type of musical genres.
Please don't make me rise my rifle. I was like, no, that's the way. Drake, you're not that guy. Like, I saw you in a wheelchair on the grassy, bro. Like, I love you though. Like, but nah, like. Even like J. Cole, he comes with a different energy every album. Jay-Z's comes with a different every album. Lil Wayne, Kanye is probably one of the biggest ones where none of his albums sound anywhat similar. Any of them. Any of them. And now that you said Kanye, I want to compare this album. I think that Kendrick's album might be the riskiest album that I've heard drop since Yeezus.
Very good point. Yeah,
I think it might be the riskiest album. Some of the shit that he was saying in there, like,
oh my gosh, about the hold on, what song is it about fucking white girls?
That one, he had the white girls. He brought up the faggot. He brought a faggot in this album.
You're talking about his auntie.
He talked about a lot in this. I mean, it was risky as fuck.
Oh, and then what was it? Cry Me.
The relationship song.
Oh, the relationship song. Oh yeah, that jump was hard. Yeah. Like, that joke was hard. That was like watching Baby Daddy.
The album was risky as fuck. So like, I'm glad you brought up Kanye because that's what I was thinking it earlier. That this might be the riskiest album I've heard since Yeezus. Because Yeezus was risky as fuck. Black Skinhead, the title alone, I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to listen to this. So like,
but Yeezus though, like part of like Yeezus, like the culture's now around. It's being surrounded around that album. So like, I feel like with Kendrick, this album, being so vulnerable, I feel like going forward, people's want start to express more about the perspective in their lives.
Sure.
I kind of feel like Kendrick has always been that artist, though. That's why I look at him like a museum. Like a lot of his songs are just different paintings. Like, because he's always been that type of artist who every song has had a message. Every song has said something or explained or like put a picture in your head of a different type of relationship, no matter what it may be with whatever person. He's always been that artist. Now, yes, every sound is different. Every song is a little bit more creative than the next. But like I said, it's just that museum of paintings.
Yeah. But isn't that what an album is? What is an album? What is an album?
Collective artwork.
It's a collective artwork. Yeah. And some people just give you the same painting every time, and it's solid.
Future.
They give you
like that.
They give you 8+ of the same painting with just different colors on each one. You know what I'm saying? Or you can get a different one, and that's what Kendrick. Those different, like those top tier, the ones that we put at the top, the J. Cole, the Kendrick, they're giving you that different.
The Drakes, don't forget the Drake.
Drake's up
there. I start disrespecting my guy, bro.
Drake be giving you a couple copies in the middle.
Drake's that guy. Y'all gonna start disrespecting Drake. Y'all heard it, bro.
Did I hear this on track 4?
No. We gonna make this episode.
All right. So, all right. So, yeah.
You're in the music industry. Why don't you bring up the YSL?
Yeah.
YSL. That's a hot one right now. So, recently.
You think Gunna should have been on this album? Like, you think he got that track before because of this YSL thing?
What? You want to think Gunna what?
I don't know what you're talking about. But recently, Young Thug and a lot of other YSL
like
members,
50-something members,
all of those members, almost every member is getting booked and charged for RICO charges right now.
RICO
conspiracy. And what's shitty
rapper.
This is. I'm kind of glad we transitioned from Kendrick to this because Kendrick and multiple other rappers have always said, "Be careful about what the fuck you're rapping about because you will like incriminate yourself." And that's exactly what just happened to this whole group. Is every last one of them that has made a single. If you look, there's an 88-page document of like Young Thug's like charges, all the evidence that they got from him are all of like Instagram posts, song clips. Like they had tapped in the phone on one of his phone calls, which the phone call was kind of pushing it. But like all the other shit, he incriminated the fuck out of himself, along with Gunna, along with all of them, honestly. And Lil Key was the only one that he said that he would never talk about it, and he just died, which is kind of scary. He's the only YSL member out of all of them that did not get indicted, and he died. One, that was not no coincidence.
No, it's not a coincidence.
We ain't gotta talk about that. But
no, it's not a coincidence. What? I don't even know how he died now. I know it's not a coincidence.
They said it was like health issues.
Liver condition.
Yeah,
so
it was
They poisoned that
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Maine.
Hey, Gucci said, watch this. You say, the feds be listening to the music. DA dropping my murder. Wait, I skipped a line? And they're gonna take your lyrics and build a case and try to use it.
Oh, okay. You just okay.
Man, he quoted it like it was the Bible.
Yeah.
This song actually came out by like a month or
Gucci
two before
Proverbs
this Rico
3:16.
case came out.
This nigga gonna bring up Gucci.
Watch your mouth.
I ain't never heard anybody quote Gucci like this in an actual educational stance. But yeah, like I feel bad. YSL's getting taken down big time. Like
Rico stuff. Rico involves gangs, double murder. They're gonna be double charges. They're gonna hit you with everything.
you don't beat Rico, and they raided his house.
You can't beat Rico.
Who?
6ix9ine beat Rico,
He snitched.
but they beat Rico.
He still went to jail.
Yeah.
Nah, you look. They can beat
How long was he
Rico,
in
but
jail?
it's all on the evidence. They can beat Rico, but it all depends on the evidence.
But they raided this nigga's house. He got sawed off
I
shotguns.
saw that.
He got sawed off rifles, fully automatic pistols, like drugs, controlled substances they call it, with intent.
Distribute.
Yeah, like
It just sucks because when a Rico charges hit, they usually go for the main boss and the leader who started YSL. Gunna might get off.
But he has a history.
they're done.
But Young Thug has a history of doing this shit. When he tried to kill, when he tried to shoot up Lil Wayne.
That's
I
true.
never heard of that.
Yeah. The whole tour bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nigga got a history of this. That's why they going straight for that nigga. We know it's you.
Why did he go for Lil Wayne?
I think it was
Birdman beef.
Birdman beef, yeah.
He also called Wayne out for false claiming, but we ain't got to talk about that. But, yeah, Young Thug, not even just Young Thug, one of two things is going to happen. Either they all about to stay in jail, which is the more realistic.
Yeah.
More realistic, because this Rico charges. Rico charges is like, if you beat the Rico charges, you
It's like
get the fucking
anything.
lottery. Okay, that was...
It's hard to have 28. It's like what? How many people you say got brought in? 28.
28.
It's hard to have 28 people have the same story.
That's what I'm saying. That's the beat. That's option B.
Singing.
That's option B.
Singing.
If everybody keeps their fucking mouth shut,
I ain't
They
saying nothing.
Yeah,
There's
right.
no way.
Yeah,
28
right.
people
Right.
not saying something.
Yeah, right.
On
There's no-
recorded
they're gonna
clips.
offer
They got
someone
no
like
fucking
less
idea.
time or no time.
I'm going to say the first nigga with
Because
McDonald's.
it's a lot of shit. Like, and the thing is, like, a lot of people don't even know this. Like, this shit right here is all them trying to kill YFN Lucci.
Yeah, it
I mean, before
was.
that though, right?
Another
I mean, like,
rapper that had
since,
beef with him.
but since 2012, they've been like watching Young Thug. So is it only for that reason? Or like,
Well, no. This reason got him caught up. This one got him caught up because they tried to they. All right, so basically two niggas in jail and snitch. They got to.
That's
'Cause
what
they got the
somebody
niggas. They got their
said.
names. They got the names of the two inmates that was gonna try to kill YFN Lucci.
Look. I'm gonna be real.
And them niggas in jail, bro.
They got
come on, ain't nobody gonna believe
There's
them
a
niggas on
couple
the
of people.
stand.
Hey, there's a couple of people you want to see at your door: police, state troopers, state police. When the feds come, it's a wrap. It's always a wrap when the feds come because they've done their due diligence. They don't. I think what's their
Don't
conviction?
even
rate?
ask. Ask for the warrant. They can get on the
Yeah.
ground.
What's the feds conviction rate? It's pretty high. It's not. It's not
98%.
low.
high 90s, right? Yeah. But is this federal or just like state?
It's federal. They wiretapped this nigga's phone.
Oh man.
They
Bro,
got
it
him.
says-
They got him
Sorry,
saying, like y'all ain't beat this nigga up or shoot him yet. They got him on the phone saying that.
Oh man.
They're charged in 56 count indictment, bro. 56.
And he has like 8 charges against him alone.
Like,
Nearly
That-
80,000.
that's
His charges will
yeah.
get reduced. His charges get reduced, but he's
Nearly
still looking
80
at a life sentence. Like,
Nearly
regardless.
80,000 people were defendants against federal crime cases
Because that was
2018.
That was a big thing when YFN and Lucci
90%
got in trouble because it was a shootout, and YFN and Lucci threw the kid out the car.
What's the last hit that YFN and Lucci dropped?
I don't know.
What Trey Songz?
I want to be part of that 8%
I've been
that
locked
gets
down
the
for a
mistake.
while.
Thank you for displaying. You got some
Toss
awesome.
my
I heard
case.
that. I heard it. You was on key, bro. I'm gonna give you that. That was good.
2% are innocent.
I don't know that nigga verse,
8%
but
thrown out. 90% conviction. That's wild.
Yeah, they if he get out, that next album gonna be hard as hell though.
Casanova just got done with his
He
5
hard
years.
regardless. He
5
hard
years
regardless.
for
Why
Casanova.
Lucci nice?
I was talking about Lucci. I was talking about Young Thug.
5
years.
If Thug and Gunna get out, I'm telling you that next album about to be hard as
No,
fuck.
it ain't. They're gonna have to be careful of everything they say. They don't live in New York. Jay-Z can't help them.
What's his like?
You get the sound of Bad Boy.
Like, bro, come on, that he was accused of renting the car that was used to kill the nigga.
Rent a car. What are you doing renting a car?
Like, bro, ever since Young Dog got shot at in Charlotte, niggas knew you should have known not to rent a car. Young Gotti got caught. Nigga, don't get caught renting a car.
Can you not buy a car from down at cars.com for $3,000?
Being cheap.
It is big.
Or you could just steal the motherfucker like normal criminals.
I think it's like
Some places take straight up cash if they don't even ask
The
questions.
funniest headline to me though is Young Thug and Gunna got pulled off the GTA 5 radio playlist.
So
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I was like, nigga, this game is really about crime. You got niggas that do crime.
They trying to jump the curve, bro. They trying to be ahead of the game.
Okay, yeah. It says he faces a minimum sentence of 5 years and maximum.
That man is doing 20.
I don't think he's gonna do. He might.
8.
No.
5 is still a lot.
I said 20.
Well, but you also got to keep in mind they do have the how COVID the COVID does reduce some time. So if he ends up doing 5? You said 5 was the minimum.
He's already been doing something. He's been in there like a year.
No, but you said the minimum.
Get out of here.
The minimum is 5.
Yeah, minimum 5.
Yeah,
2.5 years.
Huh? 2.5.
No, COVID.
Okay.
COVID counts as double.
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
No, COVID counts as double time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So
We talked about it on one of our old podcasts. Yeah, COVID counts as double time in those jails.
Yeah, this is correct.
damn.
That nigga he ain't gonna be gone for long.
You really don't understand.
But when he come back, rap gonna be different.
People be finessing the prisons to sit wrong. They be going in on the weekends, doing double time, getting out during the week, working. There's a lot of ways.
And this is why Kanye is great. One of those rappers that came out and did not talk about using guns or banging at all. He just shit. He was just like
Confidence.
Yeah.
Style.
Look. What else was y'all expecting from a nigga who broke out with a song going like, I'm a stoner, I'm a stoner, I'm a stoner.
I mean, sure, he is stoner.
I mean, Wiz Khalifa did the same thing, but he ain't in jail.
Wiz Khalifa songs wasn't what? Wiz Khalifa wasn't repeating I'm a stoner, I'm a stoner.
His whole album is literally on all the basis of being a stoner.
It's about being a stoner. He ain't saying I'm a stoner about 90 times.
Bro, so his Christian Orange Juice mixtape. It's all about smoking weed and like that.
Okay.
His name Christian Orange.
Bro. Do you know how wide of a conversation weed is? Do you know how vague that is? You can get deep in weed.
How?
So
No. You can talk about weed. You can rap about weed and say all different types of stuff. I can make a whole album about weed and every song will be a little different. But me saying I'm a stoner, then rapping in a chipmunk voice, that's a whole lot different.
That's just how he talked. I wasn't auto-tuner.
How do you incriminate me? You can't understand.
Exactly.
I was telling Manny that's how he talked, man. That's how he rap.
You can't incriminate somebody that can't understand them.
Yeah, it was tough. It was really tough.
Get my lifestyle. Bro, best friends are hard. I don't know what he say half the time.
Yeah, but you can.
I don't know what the fuck that nigga talking about. That shit so hard.
But him and Rich Homie Quan was the duo of all time during that time,
When that lifestyle shit dropped, I'll never.
Hey. Then nobody knows what the words is to this day.
I was like, oh
To
yeah,
this
I
day.
heard that part.
Mumble
Top of the
rap,
world.
and then mumble rap was created.
That shit was hard.
rappers came in by the dozen.
Here we go.
They did.
Well, they all falling off now. Rap is in a renaissance again. Rap is in a renaissance.
Very good point. So why do you say that?
I say that because, so 2016 was when I think it originally started for me, when you get the Uzis, when you get the 21s, when you get the Kodak. Like, that's the weirdest, like, double XL, for one. We're going to use that example. Everybody was so fucking different.
Yeah.
Everybody. And they all, like, spawned, and we laughed at that class, but they are all, like, looking like gods right now because they're getting the big show. When you hear Lil Uzi's dropping, when you hear 21 Savage dropping now, like, you turn your heads. They do. They do. They really do.
Yeah, that's why I was like 21.
21. Yeah, no, 21 it is. 21.
No,
that was fire.
It was alright. Plus like when he dropped that, like what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago?
2 years ago. 2020.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
see,
the one with Metro Boomin.
Yeah, iTunes tuned them out a little bit. It wasn't.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the one with, Out for the Night.
No, before that. After that. That's that's his album, but he has one with Metro Boomin.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 2020.
I might have to go back to it.
Something. Yeah.
I do remember that one.
Long story
Yeah.
short, you go back and you look at all of them are, if they're not the front lines of hip hop, they're doing something behind like closed doors. Like even Lil Yachty, people like joke about Lil Yachty.
Yeah,
Lil Yachty's actually a dope ass. He is a dope writer.
Yeah,
like he wrote the what's that City Girls Act Up? He wrote that song.
Yeah, he does.
Most people don't know that he wrote that song.
Nah, we know it now. He said
That's
it
why.
multiple
He
times.
signed. He signed to what? I thought he signed to somebody.
Yeah, he's quality control.
QC.
Yeah.
Got the bangers.
That's my thing. You look at that, and they're all so kind of different in their own lane. And now rap is starting to spawn off where it's starting to get this like pop punk. You got pop punk rap, and you got like the whole rock thing. Then you actually got some like the trap, and then you got some kids doing like this anime infused shit and drill. Rap is in a renaissance. Nobody knows what's gonna be the next big sound. I thought it was gonna be drill for a while. I think drill is starting to fall off.
Yeah.
But I think that rap is in a renaissance. It's up for grabs right now. Whoever comes out with the next dope sound is about to run the industry. Because that's what everybody's about to run towards. Because Drake is running out of sound. Kanye is.
I mean,
He's
it's
searching for it. He's searching for it. Hey,
give him time. Man.
Yeah, bro. He's looking for it, bro.
It's that time. I feel like music goes into this cycle of like 5 years. It's weird. Like if you look at like how rap has changed over the past 20 years, it kind of looks about like 4 segments a little bit, like the early 2000s rap. Then rock kind of influenced rap a little bit in the later 2000s. And then you got the early 2000 teens where like what Drake was popping off.
That was the worst era for hip hop.
It was the worst era for hip hop. Drake profited off of it, but it was the worst. It was the worst part. And then we got the later 2000 teens.
15 through like 20.
Exactly.
Now, yeah. Whole like different.
Like you said, like it's that new era of music. It's that new sound. Nobody knows what it is yet.
I think DST did it. Features. DST.
Dirty Sprite too.
Yeah, like I think that was the beginning of like like this era that like we're in right now. Because like, before that, like back when when it's like Young Thugs and Birdman. And
he looked so disgusted.
Yeah, I mean,
he looked so disgusted.
That was the worst. That was the worst era, man. Because I mean, like between 2010 and 2013, I wasn't even listening like trap at all.
Music was kind of dumb back then. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was listening to some crazy shit. Twerk music was going in around that time. I was listening to shit. West Coast music was funny.
Yeah.
West Coast music back then was so fucking hilarious.
YG.
I see the same hoes.
Chill out.
That shit.
You and that monkey.
That shit was funny, bro. Like, hold up. Oh my God. What's that? Don't fight the feeling. What's that nigga name? He came back. God damn. He used to rap in the 90s. Too Short. Even Too Short came back, nigga.
Too Short still killing it too.
Yeah, Too Short came back, bro.
What's that? What's a whistle song?
Blow the Whistle.
Yeah, that was
Go on and on. You can't understand how that's so long.
You must
have
have
superpowers. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
This is too short.
Oh, the Ghetto, yo, classic song right here. The Ghetto by Too Short. Like, it raps about, like, his...
Ghetto.
Yeah.
Oh, you went old school. Okay.
It's old school.
This ain't
Like
no
1990.
This nigga was ugly as hell.
That's fuck.
My pops told me that dentists would just prescribe a gold teeth. They didn't want to fix your teeth. Oh, they like, yeah, we just go to a place with a gold one.
Don't worry, you're gonna inherit some one day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm waiting.
Oh my God.
It's hard to write. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was too short. That was Dear Hero. No, not Dear Hero.
But I look at stuff like this, and bro, if I was a rapper in this time with the same shit that I'm on now, bro, I would have been Drake. I would have been past Drake. I would have been Drake top 10. I would have been a Michael Jackson hip hop by this point.
That would never happen. That would never happen.
But in this
Nah, they would have laughed at your ass, bro. It kind of goes by generations.
Yeah.
It goes by generations and what
That's
their
what it
influence
is. Everybody, but that's what I was getting at. With the Renaissance, it's always a person that's a trendsetter. You step out, you do something different. Yeah, people gonna laugh at first. Look at Kanye. Look how Kanye came up. People laughed at him at first, and he took over the whole fucking industry. He took out gangster rap. Like, he took out 50 Cent, who was like a fucking boss at the time. All of his like, I don't want to say gimmicky, but like his very like comedic relief style hip hop. And he took out gangster rap, and gangster rap died for years. Where people we didn't really care about it like that anymore. You weren't bumping 50 Cent and stuff after that, really.
I mean, no, it's not that it went away. It just went back to the underground.
Yeah, but he sent it there. It's like kicking somebody
went back to
hell. All right, we're gonna wait for you to come back.
Said, nigga, you ain't mainstream no more. Mixtapes.
I'm like Scar did Mufasa.
Swear. You better drop your shit online, nigga. Drop my shit in stores.
Yeah. Back to LimeWire, bitch.
SoundCloud now.
Hey, quit hating on SoundCloud.
But hey, watch out, bro, because gangster rap is getting back up there.
No, it's not after this
Rico,
YSL case.
No.
They're cleaning up the streets.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, it's a lot of gangster rappers out there that actually are pretty nice.
After off next week,
nice.
Yeah. Like, all right, so you seen Lil Durk done climbed his way up.
Yeah.
You got Moneybagg Yo.
But it's not smart to do anymore. I think it's about to die. After this YSL charge, they're going after Baby now for 4PF.
Right.
They're going after Lil Baby now for 4PF.
For the same. Think that.
It's already come out. They're going after Lil Baby now
like,
for 4PF.
Did
already in investigation.
Put on.
Huh? So that'd be sick. I think the whole city of Atlanta would be sick.
True, but
they tried to get T.I., but that was
if Dirk don't chill out.
Look.
They tried to get the king.
Niggas knew from the get-go not to say what you do, but they were so dumb that they actually knew that they had to say this shit just to get their street cred, because that was the only street cred that they could even think about rapping about. Now, again, there are other niggas that are hard. And even if you heard the newest album from Lil Durk, he's changed everything about his songs, and he'll start the song off, "This shit ain't real." Don't respond to shit.
Yeah,
You
I love that song. We want to go ahead and say that none of this shit is real. It's all props. It's all props.
Like,
how do you start a song like this?
I was like, this nigga cold.
No, the baby the only one that's not gonna take shit back because he catching legal bodies.
Yeah.
He catching legal bodies.
And then of course you got niggas that's of course don't lie about the shit that they actually do, and it's really the shit that their counterparts are doing. So I mean that's always gonna be you too.
But that's the sad part about RICO charges, because what they do, you get charged with.
Nah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Look, it's a gang. So like, think of it like this. They said it was like, think of it like a robbery. It's like a robbery. So if you go in the bank and you rob the people, but I gave you the okay, and old boy bought the materials. So they each one of you get separate charges, and y'all all get charged the same.
No. That means you had something to do with it. I'm talking about rappers who have nothing to do. They're
What do you
just
mean?
they're just a rapper. They
You
surround
saying,
themselves.
okay.
They surround themselves with
Like you talking about 6ix9ine?
like 6ix9ine. But there's a whole bunch of.
Well, he got hit
He's
too.
he's just the most.
He was
He's
stupid.
just the most. He's just the most famous one. There's a whole bunch of other ones who are just not found out yet, or who the FBI are still looking at. There's a bunch of cases in this world. Niggas don't have priority.
RICO charges are gonna end gangster rapping if somebody don't come up and end it
You
for him.
cannot send money back to the gang. It's just look because once they figure out like how do they keep getting money? They're not really selling drugs. Nope. And they getting funding.
Young Thug was.
Yeah.
Young Thug was allegedly. Young Thug was
pushing
All
P.
allegedly.
He was pushing P. They don't
They
lie.
gonna
They
be
said
pushing
positivity
prison.
in my ass. They was pushing packs, nigga.
R.I.P. Lil Key. I felt bad that he passed away. Natural causes. It wasn't
But at 24 years old, that's young.
That's why I said something ain't adding up.
Yeah,
It's coincidental.
It's
Yeah, I think so.
Overdose, maybe.
No, dude, they just said it was like natural causes, heart complications.
There's a lot of things that can cause heart complications.
It's tough. It's
poison.
it's Sonny, what you were talking about something before we got up here. What are you talking about? What are you gonna bring up? Your topic.
What I'm about to say, like, piss off a bunch of women.
Yeah.
And I'm off.
Please, women.
So, before I start, this is like, my theory.
This ain't real.
Yeah, it's not real.
This is all prop.
But I think that women have 20 more years of being on top of social matter. Everything in this world, everything in life, runs through a woman. And right now, the bar has been placed so fucking low to the point where, men are not respecting women anymore. And we're getting to a point where, the more the bar is being set low, the less and less and less and less women are going to be respected. To the point that I think in the next 20 years, there'll be robots, like human beings. This is one show called Westworld. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen Westworld.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I think that may be the scenario in the future. So women.
What's Westworld?
Westworld is where it's an amusement park, almost like Disney World, where they have human-like robots. Yeah, robots.
Yeah.
You really can't tell.
They breed.
Think of real life Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah,
that's a theme park.
And people go. It's usually billionaires go there and they play this game, and you can kill people. You can have sex with some of the prostitutes and stuff like that. Like, you just live the life that you don't without the consequences.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be the future. So I just feel like women need to raise the bar up. I think by them doing that.
Can you expound? I have a question. Can you expound on raising the bar up?
Yeah.
So for example, right, like a lot of girls nowadays is like they see. If I was to go to a bar or a club or whatever, I'm like iced out and everything, right? Yeah. They'd be like, oh, like he looks fucking nice as hell, so like I want to give him a chance, lower my standards just to get with him to get some things that I need, and stuff. But it should be at a point where, it doesn't matter if I'm iced out. It should matter, about, how am I treating the people around me, my family. Am I a good person? Am I a person that, wants to see the world a better place? And now we're just at a point where, just by looks, women are just ready to, just get the whole fucking themselves away and shit. And also, too, y'all hear about these women, flying out to Dubai for a fucking bag, $30K, getting shit in their fucking mouths or whatever. So I mean, it's like you're
doing it.
Come on, that's just
get
extreme
out,
shit.
just to get peed on, shit in their fucking mouths.
That's the extreme, but he's making a point that is y'all. It's some crazy shit that be happening that bitches be doing for some chicks.
Wow.
Yeah, so
yeah, you did.
I ain't seen none of this on Twitter.
They won't say it though.
Bro, get out of here, bro. Come on now.
NDAs is like, okay, I'm gonna shut your mouth, but don't tell anybody. Yeah. Okay. Check. Right back home. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be at a point where like women raise the bar. Raising the bar. I might say this, and this will piss everybody in the gym off. They had to withhold pussy.
Nope. I think you're all capped, sir. I don't agree with this.
I mean, honestly, that is probably one of the most highly effective ways to change the cycle a little bit. I mean, that's a given. I've thought about that multiple times, but I don't think it will ever happen.
Why not?
It's a lot of power in it.
It's just a fact that like even though pussy is power, a lot of women are dependent on men.
But I don't want it to be like a.
It's the way the world has been for a long time. Men has always been the rock that a lot of women physically could lean on, not emotionally, but physically could lean on. Mm-hmm. And it's not. I'm not saying that as men should be where they are, and we should stay in the position that we are as far as how much power we have. It's just the fact that a lot of women will not just withhold and give up. They will see that chance as them to join the men's side and be looked at as higher as they was before. It's always going to cause divide.
Before going too deep into that, so I just want to make sure I understand, because I don't want to say nothing and get canceled. I had nothing to do with any of this shit, ladies. Donnie Apollo is free of all charges. Is what y'all know. Like, this is not me. This is my voice. But okay, you say raise the bar, and just in short, one more time, what is raising the bar for women? Is it just withholding?
No, so raising the bar means like we should stop just going for the flashy. Like anybody can dress flashy. Anyone can look a certain way, look the part. Yeah. But that person could be a shitty ass individual. So just raise the bar as in I don't give a fuck if you, Mr. Rapper, Mr. NBA player, like if you have these things, I'm caring about who you are as a person, who you are in real life. Like that Kendrick album that just came out. What does it say? Take out the mask. You know what I'm saying? Like take away your money, your
take off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, what are you? He's like, you
exactly, and that's a bunch of people nowadays. It's just a bunch of new people they just think I mean, not physically. I mean, I'm physically and everything, but the soul is a very dark place.
He's saying a lot of people front. He's like, you take it all away, you don't even got like a real individual. You got an ugly individual.
There you go. Yeah.
Inside, like you're talking about inside stuff. But what I was thinking of is I could sit here and say that I could agree with you, Sonny, but then I could also say, you when you go out, you're almost like a magnet. What do you want to attract? If I go out dressing, if I go out dressed ice up, you gotta attract a certain.
It's the women of that lifestyle that you're attracting or that you're putting off. You gotta know what comes with that.
Like a net. If you flashed up, you might get. It's like casting a 50 in a pond that's like 75 meters. You cast a 50 meter net with flash. You take each thing off and you look less and less flashy. It's just a smaller net you gotta cast.
Okay, so what about this? What if women don't care anymore about all that stuff?
Let's break.
Then that's the one. Then that's the ones you're looking for. But the ones that come,
women as a whole.
That's world. Not going to happen as a whole. Everybody's different.
Wait, say that
I just don't. I don't think women are going.
I said, what if women as a whole say I don't give a fuck anymore about the flashy or whatever.
That's never going to happen.
I feel like,
but I don't want to say women are going to lose. All right, so I would have reworded this. I don't want to say women are ever going to lose power in the next 20 years as far as because sex sells. I get that, but at the root of what I'm picking at, what we're talking about is I don't want it to be all right, they want just what I have for sex or whatever, because that's generally what the interest is going towards. Pussy is power. I don't think that they're gonna lose that power ever at any point. Not never.
Yeah, I'm
on status with power. That's my new thing for 2022, man.
But
and it's a big example of come on, man. I feel like a lot of people want what they see on social media. This is a new era. This is not something that our parents has experienced. A lot of people want that lifestyle they see on the screen. That life, traveling all the time, going everywhere. And it's you don't really know what those people are going through to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're going out with flash and stuff like that, iced up, it don't take much to make assumptions that think that you the tender swindler, bro. Like you got the jet on deck, you might be
You got it, and they want it.
Yeah,
Right.
But if
like,
you come in a t-shirt and a small chain, like, all right, you might just take me to nice dinners or something like that.
and you can't pick somebody out of a crowd. Like, I get what you're saying. You know, you should go after the dude that's about his family and has the morals and stuff. I cannot look at. I don't know him as well. I can't look at him and be like, bro, he's such a great individual.
He's iced out with morals.
No. This was like back in the olden days, like, you know, people got to know each other before, like, you know, they got into a relationship or had any conversation.
Agreed.
Now it's just like, you know, so if it's like, okay, I don't know this man over here, but like I want to see what he's about.
But that's the system, bro. If they had Tinder
So
back
why
then,
is
they
it-
be doing the
That's what I
same
said.
thing.
You cannot compare back then to now because if
All they had was
if you
what
limit a
was
lot
around
of
them.
yeah, if you limit a lot of people's options, they're gonna settle for a lot more nonsense. But when you open their options, like social media,
You show them the
Social
world,
media
bro. The
is
way
fake,
of
though,
it.
man,
it
but
reduces the
it's
amount
fake.
of nonsense that one can handle.
Hey,
before
but
they
that's
move
the
on
thing,
to
though.
next.
It's fake, but we're all influenced by it.
Yeah.
Social media
I'm-
can be fake, but eventually that girl will find out that it's fake. A girl might be with the dude that's iced up and go back to his mama's house and figure it out. They're gonna find it out. It's gonna become
so,
exposed.
but things are like, a girl has person A, person B. Person A right here is like, you know, low key on his shit, you know, whatever, good family man, whatever. Person B, flashy, you know, whatever, right?
Iced out.
Iced out.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
Big
The girl has two options. She'll be like, yo, like, you're cool, person A, you're cool and all and everything, but like this man over here, like he's he got that about him.
Yeah,
So,
that's what women want, though. That's what women want.
That's what
though.
women want. That and they
You like
want
what you like.
security.
You like what you
Security
like.
is a big one.
But no, the thing is, person A has a security, but he's just not like, you know, just flamboyant about it.
The welcome to my world, but sometimes you don't have to flaunt that.
He
Sometimes
preaches
You
from
don't.
the-
You don't.
Come on,
He
bro.
preaches
don't.
from the friend zone. Like,
I promise you, the percentage of women that you want to change is less than the majority of the rest of the women in this world. It's just what you're attracting. It really is. It's what you're attracting.
Bring that confidence to the table, boy. That big dick energy.
Swear to
boy.
God, call them out on it, and you might find a real one.
It's already hanging around. your neck.
My
Where's
thing
my-
is, all right. So we're all at the age now, though. The people that you're talking about, because I'm not going to generalize all women. All women aren't like that.
No. I'm not saying all women are like that.
I know.
I'm saying like women, you know, as a
No,
whole in 20. Yeah,
You're good.
That's what
You're
I'm
good.
saying.
You good.
Yeah.
To clarify, he does not hate women.
I love y'all. Trust me.
But
He needs you.
I'm not
We
going to
all
generalize
need
all of them. But we're at the age now where those same women that might have been doing that in your earlier 20s, the guy that got friend zoned is either booed up with somebody, or the time. Remember, this is going to go all the way back to the platonic relationship episode that we did, where the moment that friend, the guy that she's like, you're a good guy, but that same motherfucker that walks away is the guy she's either chasing now or wants, because she realized that's what she wanted eventually. You know, we all have to grow and learn, and I think as, you know, I'm not going to say women and men both, we all chase stupid stuff. Sometimes it takes people longer to figure it out, but eventually they do figure it out for the most part. And I don't.
And they get that karma.
They do.
They get that karma. They get what they want. They get what they want.
Yeah, and some don't. Some don't get the karma, but the majority do.
The majority do. They date that nigga with the flashy who beat their ass late at night.
Yeah. And like I don't
We
wanna,
hope they don't, but
yeah, I don't want to look at it as like
bro.
I don't want to look at it as like, you know, one day they're gonna lose power, or one day we're gonna lose power. Like it's not. The whole point of like with men and women for the last several years. Feminism has been this big thing, which is cool. Whatever. I understand feminism like now more than I ever do, because I grew up in a house of holding women for the most part, and what it is they're trying to create equality, right? That's what blacks, that's what we try to create for the longest time, still to this day we fight for, right? Yeah. Women, I'm not going to compare it to us, because obviously we came in on ships and slaves, whatever. That's a different story for a different day. But they're just fighting for equality. At the end of the day, I don't think it's, well, they're going to lose power, and we're going to get this back, or we're going to lose power, or anything like that.
So, I mean, it isn't about getting anything back. What I'm trying to say is, like, you know, when women lose all the power, the world is fucked. You know, we need women. Women are the standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it should be at a point like, you know, like a man would say, I need to, like, you know, elevate my shit. I need to be on my shit, raise my bar. You know,
I can get what you mean by lowering their standards. So it's like, we're at a point where it's like living off like paycheck to paycheck, or like maybe not like
the way the lifestyle.
And being flashy and not using your money correctly is the new way to live. Even though like that old lifestyle of like just being a housewife, or like even though it's not cool anymore, women are more independent, stuff like that. It's just a different mindset now, and it's, you feel that the standards are a lot lower than it used to be.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. That's a change in society, and honestly, I can't really say the women are gonna lose power. All I can say is that something else crazy is gonna happen. Yeah. So the robots, that actually really might happen. I don't think women are gonna lose power in that. But I don't know, because I honestly believe that there will be women in power connected to that.
Is this what you texted me about, saying that you got something to say about? No. What was that about? What was that?
Hey, yo, Dre, I got something to say.
Yeah, what was that about? You were like, bro, I gotta get on the pod.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Why is people like trying to leave Nashville to go parties? We should create an environment
because we don't have the funds to create an environment.
Hold on. And what's the reason for that?
I mean,
inflation.
The reason for that is I'm broke, and the other reason for that is inflation. I don't have the connections to make that happen. Those are big things to happen, especially in the city that we've already talked about this on the pod before. Especially in the city that specifically waits for black business-owned like places for like some criminal activity to happen just for them to shut it down. Nashville does not like black entertainment businesses. They don't. The hookah bars are the hookah bars is the last that we have as a culture in Nashville to really go to and like.
I didn't hear Regatta got a facelift recently.
Where? I did hear that too. I did hear that too.
The hookah bar downtown. Yeah, they redid it.
But that's the thing; it has to be a hookah bar.
More feel
later. It can't be a regular bar.
What is South now? The bar right next to Timmy for stuff.
Oh, Vibes. Kiro owns that. He owns Kiro's up in Cookville. He brought it down here.
Vibes had a couple of incidents outside their doors, and they still bumping.
Bro, you look at Tim.
They're still bumping, but again, they're a hookah bar, bro. It's a specific thing. But if you're black and you're visiting Nashville and you want to be around your kind, all I can suggest you is hookah bars.
What was that one club we went to? What was
that's not black.
Luau Louis.
No, not Luau Louis. The one with
Karma.
Not Karma. What was the one that we went to with Noisemaker the Don? We only went to one club near the Gulch.
LA Jackson.
Not LA Jackson.
Oh, a black club near the Gulch.
Yes. I told you that I met.
The jet they got shot up.
I think it
got shot up during TSU homecoming.
Shit, maybe.
I
saw old boy there that hooped at the YMCA.
It's over there by Peg Leg Porker.
Oh, you talking about like behind Pine Street?
Over there. It was a black club. It got shot up like 4 or 5 years ago during TSU homecoming.
Classic took us there.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's at.
Classic
over there, it's over by 8th.
You remember Classic? We were all trying to get it behind Classic. Me, you.
What's the name? What's the name of that hot chicken spot? What's the name of that hot chicken spot off 8th downtown?
You know what I'm talking about?
Like high school?
No, it wasn't high school. I thought it was in college.
You made me type in chicken.
It's gone. It's not even there no more.
Yeah, it's like a high school.
No. It was after college. It was when I moved back.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
16?
Yeah. 16 or 17. It had to be 16 though.
That's how I think. Yeah, because we went. I think we went to Canada.
And I couldn't get in.
19. That was 19.
Only half of y'all. Only half of us could get in, and the other half was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's right.
And I was there.
That club was there.
I think you might have.
I must have been with.
Hold up. Was he with us? Was he at that house?
He was.
I might have been in UT.
Did we go to a Vanderbilt? Well, that wasn't around Halloween.
It was TSU's homecoming. It was TSU's homecoming. Because I remember every night club got shot up. That's what I'm saying. Black people can't have those types of businesses here for long. Like, we can have them, but it's not gonna stay here for long because.
So because of the black people, the black owners, be on the shit.
Yeah. Pat people down, and keep people
But
out.
that's the people that have basically what I'm getting at. The people that have the funds to create those environments, to create those type of venues and places, they don't know how to manage them. And the people that might know how to manage them don't have the funds to create something like that. And where are you going to go get those funds? There's not a lot of black investors who are going to freely.
Oh, Agenda
nightclub.
Yeah. That's what it was. Shout out.
You know what? I was there.
Got shot up that whole weekend.
But it's funny, and even like we said,
I'm pretty sure you got.
And even like you said though, we said it previously. I hate it. I feel bad for people that try to open up these type of bars and stuff downtown because what happens there? No, it should not happen. We as black people or people in general should not be doing that type of shit in clubs anyway. But this same type of shit happens at these regular ass clubs. Whiskey Row, Tin Roof. We've seen literally Tin Roof. That dude pushed the girl the other day, or Jason Aldean's. You hear about people that the security killed a dude at fucking Whiskey Row, and that bar is still packed every fucking weekend.
Niggas went the next night. Niggas went the next night. Oh, this is where that nigga died.
Right.
This is where that nigga got choked out. Right. Dancing on top of that nigga grave.
And like, rest in peace to that dude. But like, you know, it's fucked up that like when it happens, like let that happen at Vibes. Let it happen at Vibes. I guarantee you, let that same shit happen because of Vibes. If Vibes' name is attached to it, it will tank.
So that's the reason why you should cross your T's and dot your I's and be on your shit.
But it's hard to do that because it's not even just like you can be
on your shit. You can be on your shit, but you can't control the next
nigga. You need to hire a fucking phenomenal PR team that saved your ass because like once it goes down that road, once it's coined as a black club, you're doomed.
Okay, fine. So why is Atlanta, why is Houston, all these other cities why are their clubs still popular?
Because they're in a bigger black community than
us. And politics. They have a lot more African Americans in their politics.
100 years ago, like how many black people were in Atlanta or in Houston?
I don't know.
Again, but look at their government. Look at their government. City and state and county. They have a lot more black people involved in their politics.
Like the reality of it is, we're in Nashville, Tennessee, and yes, blacks, we are here, but we are still the minority about it. What can we do? We can't. The protest. That's the thing. The thing we can't. I'm not gonna say we can't do a lot, but the thing is, we do try to do stuff. You saw that fucking march for George Floyd is a perfect example. They didn't see that as a peaceful protest, even though nothing really happened from us. Because you saw the one nigga that threw the brick was this white dude.
I was there.
It was not us.
Yeah.
I was there too.
Yeah, I was there.
That was a peaceful protest. But the way that they were talking about it, they're down there looting and stuff.
And you gotta understand, like we're in Nashville. Come on, you from this area. You know a lot of black people don't stay here. They go to those black cities. Houston, Atlanta.
Atlanta was once upon a time a white city. Known as a white city. During the Civil War, General Sherman burned the whole city to fucking ground. There's nothing left. And but the thing is though, people still said yo, you have nothing. Let's make something out of nothing. And now,
that was when everybody was making something out of nothing.
Nowadays, can we do that now though?
Because nobody. It's hard to make something out of nothing. Everybody doesn't want to make something out of nothing. Niggas are lazy nowadays.
That's a problem.
Let me ask you.
You can't change that.
What do you think would fix? So we don't stray too far into getting into history. Let's stick to it. Black clubs. Okay. What do we do to prevent that from happening? Because all we can do is be conscious when we go to these clubs. You can't tell me what you can take care of yourself. You can take care of yourself. You can take care of yourself. But what happens when you get that one outlier that comes in and something happens? That club is living one.
There wouldn't be an outlier if everybody's on their shit.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about that.
You can't say that.
You can't say that.
So if you rent a club and I rent that thing out for $5,000 and you only rent that booth out for $2,000, I get in there, whatever. So you don't know somebody has beef with me and they know that I rented out the booth for that night. You could be on your P's and Q's, but as soon as I walk out that thing and that person sees me down the street and Yeah, and all you
Allegedly.
hey,
Allegedly.
you could be in your P's and Q's, but all you're gonna hear is the tire screechings and bullets coming out that window. And P's and
Not
Q's
to,
ain't gonna stop
not to
that.
mention, again, all we have are hookah bars. Let's say in Nashville opened up the first black club in a long time.
Yep.
The whole black community in Nashville is going to gravitate towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about,
Yep.
your civilized black folks and your niggas. All right,
There's a difference.
like, and the thing is, the crime doesn't even have to happen inside the club anymore. It can happen in the parking lot, a free public space. It can happen in the parking lot, and you be and your club can be labeled as a nuisance and like a nuisance.
And then they kick your butt. They close the board up.
Question. So does Whiskey Road have a parking lot?
No.
Parking lot's not the issue.
Do you know how much money that?
Come
on, it's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that ties in those bars being on Broadway.
You cannot control anything that happens in your club. You can only do so much to prevent stuff from happening. But when that shit happens, which is going to happen, there's no club that has not had an incident in it. But when it's a black club and that incident happens, it is going to make the news. It is going to blow up. It is going to look like it's the worst thing in the world because it's at that club. And there's going to be people are going to be like, yeah, that place is trouble. You don't want to go there. Like, they're rowdy there. You don't want to go in there. That's what always happens when those clubs end up getting shut down. Like, long story short, you look at the Karmas, you look at Luau, Agenda,
The Limelight.
You look at all the shit, and they just all vanish because of stupid shit that the bar owners had no control over. Because if it was the bar owners, like,
we don't know if it did or not.
you think it's
we don't know if it did or not.
Okay, lawyer.
No, the thing is,
Conspiracy.
I've heard some instances, like, over at Vibes in Midtown, like, if you know certain people, like you can carry a gun inside.
You're not supposed to. They're going to say Tennessee, you're not supposed to have a gun, and you go to the bar and you're drinking. That's it.
But the thing is, though, is like, if they have money, they're like, oh, okay, the extra bread or whatever, okay, that shit. Allegedly. I don't know.
That's staff problems right there. Honestly, that's that. But again, you gotta look.
And that's a Middle Eastern dude running.
But you gotta,
black club.
but that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta look. These are the only spots that the black community can go to. So what about the black niggas that hang out in these communities that want to be a security guard?
That's a double
No. Just think about the niggas that like they live in this type of environment. This is the type of places that they like to go want to be in, and they want to be a security guard. They letting their niggas in. They letting their niggas in. They're not going to the 10 Roofs and Whiskey Roads to be on their security team. They ain't trying to listen to all that. They trying to go turn up with ESTG playing in the background.
So what you're saying is that Nashville's doing this? Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying is right now, the black leaders with money in Nashville, they don't know how to manage a black entertainment venue. They can do it.
I don't even think it's that. I don't want to say it's that they can't manage it. I think that it's
or they haven't succeeded in managing it.
I don't even want to say that.
Exactly.
I want to push it to as far as saying that it's going to take more. I don't even want to say awareness, but like people accepting and acknowledging, hey, we know that this is wrong. Let's not do this shit anymore. And it's not going to be us. We aren't going to be the ones that fix it. Somebody else is going to have to accept.
Not with that attitude.
Exactly. Thank you.
I think shit is always gonna happen because you can't control the next person. But what you can do is be different. These bars on Broadway are connected to the city. They're connected to officials. They're connected to what happens in Nashville. And a lot of these minority-owned businesses are not. They're on their own.
You look at Rebar. Rebar is one of the more relevant ones where they did the one like big no-no. The owner said some foul ass shit.
And everybody knows that she was racist.
New management, my ass. She sold it, got a whole bunch of money, and another.
And it's building a rebar in Florida.
Yeah, they're doing the same shit. They're just
she's building a bar in Fort Lauderdale.
It didn't fix shit. It didn't do anything. It wasn't like people still went the day after that shit happened. Like, oh well, whatever. Like she didn't mean anything.
It's not open right now though. Pay is due, and I haven't seen it open.
No, it's close to reopening. They already got new management and everything. Everything's been transferred. Scoreboard just bought the one by the lake.
They just gonna clean the bathroom and put some new trash cans in there and say it's rebranded. But
they're gonna throw the same old workers in there and have the workers tell you, oh yeah, she's not here anymore. We're back.
I ain't seen her in here ever.
They ain't fooling
like she gone, but I'm back. Everything's different now. Like you still you the same rebar like nigga.
We love Kanye West Gold Digger. Like nah, that's it. That is it.
That's it. Guarantee you gonna hear the same type of music that was playing.
It's gonna be the same. It's
gonna be the same environment that was happening before.
It's gonna take time, man. It's gonna take time to figure it out. We got some work to do.
I mean, it's not helping that Nashville is becoming too expensive for a lot of black people to live in. Neither.
That's how it goes, bro. It gets expensive. People find new locations to move.
Gentrification 101.
Yeah.
Affordable.
I mean, you technically are being pushed out.
Buy land and don't leave. Black people need to buy land and not leave. Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah, we quick to run it off
because money talk. I know my old landlord. I was living in the Gulch at one point. The house was right behind, off of it's not 10. I think it's 10. I can't remember. Or it's right behind where that little parking lot and the hair salon building is right outside of the Gulch. Okay. Anyway, off of Division Street, right the next street over. I was living in a house back there. Black dude that had that house, he had it for several years. He rented it out to all the black, entrepreneur kids because he said he wanted to create a safe spot for us. So he rented this house out. And our rent was cheap. It was like $400 or $500 for a room. Like it was whatever. They came to him with a check for $1.5 million. He sold that house.
Yeah, of course. Get out of my crib.
Right. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Money talks. It's hard, it's easy for me to say black people buy land and don't leave. When somebody gives you the opportunity, I don't care color aside, you buy a house for $400,000, somebody says, I'll give you $2 million for your house.
I'm taking that shit and I'm going somewhere cheaper.
That's when you hey, anybody listening, when you get a bag for your land, that's when you jump into the stock market. Don't be throwing these $100 things in every month.
But that's my point, though. You listen to how we're all talking. Like, we should take the money. Now, take the money. Logically, sounds great. But if you don't keep it, that's how gentrification starts. And that's how we get pushed out of these cities. That's how all these cities get overtaken. You look at Inglewood, California right now, all the niggas is moving. Because they're getting money. They're getting fucking bags.
Like, they want to move to states that it's more politics involved for them as well too, because they don't like the laws that's getting made.
It's not even just there. It's happening here. It's happening in front of us right now.
That money runs out.
Exactly. The city's become too expensive.
That's why you keep it.
I'm gonna be honest. That money ain't running out. If you look behind the curtains of who own all these real estate, big corporations that are building neighborhoods and building houses and apartments and stuff, they got money.
No, I'm saying the black people that are getting off of the bag.
You get that bag, where the fuck you moving? You have to spend some of that money.
Exactly.
And inflation right now,
it goes away. So once it's gone, then what? Back to square one.
I mean, it's it's gone because some of them don't have the education on how to spend that money.
Exactly.
That's why it's gone.
Exactly.
Because I know when people first started getting bought out in East Nashville and moved to Murfreesboro, they still got a nice house and everything. They just moved the whole family in and did the wrong things with their money. Y'all saw that Boondocks episode when the family from Louisiana came home and they got the FEMA check.
Of course, you're bigger than New Orleans family.
Hey, you offer me the bag for a house, I'm gonna go buy 2 houses out far in the outskirts.
See, and that's smart, but that goes back to what originally brought the topic is how do we avoid that gentrification from initially happening where it is too. We were saying that the reason why a lot of these clubs and we don't have the reputation and stuff that we have is because we keep getting pushed out of this fucking city. The only way to avoid that is for us to stay in this city. Sure. And it's hard for us to say no to the bag. If you said yes to a $2 million bag, I'm not going to judge you for it. Hey, bro, you just came up. I love to see a black man prosper. Hell yeah. Do something smart with that money and take care of your fucking self. Count your chickens and shit. But it's harder. It's easier. Long story short, it's easier said than done. It's not something that I can't tell you that if I bought a house here right now, somebody offered me $1, $2, $3 million, even $800 profit on a house, and I'm not going to sit here and jump at the opportunity. That's life-changing money. That'll change your whole fucking life.
But you know you can get it even more further down the road.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
But eventually you're gonna say yes.
But your decision, to move is not based off of money because you know how much it's worth. You know land only goes up in value.
Exactly.
Your decision becomes based off of where you live. Do you like your neighbors? Do you even enjoy this area? Because you know
do you need the money?
Yeah, because you know if you get that bag, you can go to an area that you actually enjoy.
My point, eventually, yes, education, we get it, but eventually you're going to say yes to that money at some point down the road. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, you're going to say, I get it, value only goes up. Eventually, they're going to hit the right number. They're going to say whatever that number is in your head, they're going to hit it. You're going to take that money, and after that, it's up to you to do what's smart with it. But that, again, we keep going into a new, like, divergence from this conversation. But, like, that all goes back to play in. This is why we don't have, like, what we need here. This is why we don't have a lot of us that are in the city. Why we keep getting pushed away from the city is because we keep giving up that land. We keep giving up. It's getting too expensive now. And then when we want to come back or we want to be close because this is what we grew up around.
You can't blame people for taking the bag.
I'm not blaming them, but we're looking at the cause. This is the cause. And we want a way to fix it.
There's people that turn down that bag. I've heard of people turning down that bag. And they staying in that location, but you can't convince other people because other people know how bad certain locations.
In order for it to work, everybody got to be on the same page,
and everybody ain't on the same page. Right. When their car get broken into.
And I really do wish that somebody could create a black tin roof, but it's not gonna happen. They just gonna create another fucking
hookah bar. What would a black tin roof be called? I'm trying to think what the opposite. Aluminum.
I'm thinking black
615.
Black can.
615.
Campbell's.
Go from the green room.
Or just just the numbers of whatever street it's on.
Yeah, whatever.
The only reason why I say that is because I remember a club in Charlotte called 935, and this is one of the best clubs I've ever been in my life, and they shut it down because niggas was shooting in the parking lot all the time.
I'm gonna change my club.
We're shooting people.
Allegedly, that's my club name.
Allegedly. What's the you gotta have a secret club if it's gonna be called allegedly. What's the secret club name gonna be called?
There was a shooting at allegedly.
All right, JoJo, go ahead and finish this off one.
Okay. I already asked him. What was he texting? You trying to text me?
Oh shit, that was it?
I thought it was about a female or something.
Man, bro, I would never get on a podcast.
I thought you said you had a
air out his business.
He said it.
Y'all should know me by now.
I know you.
Yeah, I'm very private.
I know business.
Hell no.
Dang.
Never happened.
Alright, cool. That's all I had. I was like, bro, it was like an SOS. Like I had to get on this week. I was like, what's going on?
No. I mean, I still like, I love what y'all do.
You still dating your girl, right?
We're gonna cut that out. We're gonna cut that out. You a fucking idiot. Look. He's so fucked up because he was trying to lean in on it and then he just went all in. Nigga was leaning in. Then he went all in. Think about it. He was leaning in and he just went all in.
So it was a personal.
The nigga just said I'm private. That nigga.
I'm very private. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh my god.
Shut
the fuck up.
None of this is real. This is all cap.
It's all cap.
God damn.
Yeah, bro. This is all props.
Man, editing this episode gonna be a bitch, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, this is funny.
Y'all go back and listen.
Oh, we didn't do the last
Oh,
thing.
yeah, that was a good episode.
We didn't do our song of the week.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Oh, what's your song of the week?
Yeah, hurry up.
It's yours.
It's all props. It's
This
not
shit is
real. That's how we gotta start each pod.
This shit is all
This
props.
is all entertainment. This is all game. This is
2
not
weeks later.
This is not.
Podcaster Donnie Apollo, legend.
So what song you been on repeat this week?
This week, it's actually been a local. It's one of my friends, No Tell. She has just dropped her EP on Friday. She has a song on there called Bride. Notelle. I have a song with her. She's like an alternative, eerie like pop thing. She has a song called Bride that she just dropped. Yeah. No, it's No Tell. It's one.
This nigga fund me. This nigga fund me.
But she just dropped the EP. She played her last show at the. She played her last show at the Cannery Ballroom because Mercy Lounge shut down. They're closing down after next weekend. This is not the song I sing.
He was just trying to take a listen.
It was Bride, but like it's cool. Like
is it on YouTube or Apple Music or?
It's on everything. She dropped it. It's like a BRIDE Bride.
It's so hard.
There it is. If you just skip some through the verse, it just takes a build up. You just skip. I fuck with her heavy. Yeah, so she just dropped this EP. She's definitely. I did a song, Roxy. Actually, the first song I ever dropped featured her on the hook, and she's been doing really, really big. She just got $25,000 off of a contest that she won before the show for an international songwriting competition. Yeah, dude, she's getting all kind of publicity right now. People are putting articles up about this girl. Nashville Scene has covered her several times. She was on that, I don't know the actual numerical station, but the Buzz, the local rock station, they put her on. Like she's on the up and up right now. And I'm just proud to be her friend, so like I'm gonna push her shit. So that's what I've been bumping all week.
Nice, I like it. I'm gonna listen to it. Yeah. What about you, King?
Well, y'all know my R&B. Y'all know my R&B. Y'all know my R&B. So I've been bumping this Yl and Gunna hard. She got a song with
what?
This nigga here, bro. He said that. He said that.
Neighbors are knocking.
He said, "Who is Ella May?" How you not know, bro? You know who Ella May is?
Everybody knows who she is.
She been in the game since we was in college.
Yeah,
What song did she sing?
It's How with Roddy Ricch. Cause the song before, just type in How. Just type in How Roddy Ricch. Ella May. The song before it is called Fallen Angel, and at the end she got Kirk Franklin and the gospel choir singing, and which leads into this song. And I ain't gonna lie, that shit was hard. Y'all know me, I love when they mix the gospel with the R&B. That joint was hard. But it went into this song, and this song was even harder.
Y'all moving too much. I'm gonna start sweating. It's hot up here.
All my DJ friends, download this joint now. I'm gonna be requesting this shit in a few weeks.
Yeah. Right.
Roddy Ricch sound like Roddy Ricch on every other song.
Yeah.
Bro, Roddy Ricch, like, it's funny to me because he low-key be rapping slightly off beat. It's so slightly off beat, but it be on beat.
It's that Cali shit, bro.
They just be talking. Nigga, I went back to the bathroom. Nigga, like, you can't say it like that. You
Sitting on the couch, chilling in the house, fucking with the bitches that was fucking with the mouse.
And then I went to the bathroom and picked up a bag of chips. Like, what?
Sausage and potatoes. Yeah, you know I ate half of it. Well, you got 2 songs playing.
This is the song Sonny's been listening to all week.
Nigeria, stand up.
This shit always make me feel like I'm on a cruise ship.
Yeah,
bro.
no, Yeah, I'm definitely underneath some palm trees on the ocean, listening to this.
This made me want to be in an Elephant Man video.
Bro, see, this is that. I be feeling like I be appropriating African culture myself, and I be wanting to dance like this.
You good?
I'm good.
African, yeah.
All right, then.
I ain't gonna lie, I got a dashiki in the closet.
Put it on.
Look, man, we already had this talk before on another pod, but I had some conversations with some Africans that made me feel like, you know, we black, but I'm African. Yeah, you black.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's see.
I was just playing all the songs that I was playing.
Yeah. Which one was yours? Because you better not say Skyline again. You already said that.
Yeah, I did.
I feel like nobody picked Kendrick this week.
Well, I mean, it just came out.
I thought about
it just came out. It just
We
came
were
out.
talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about for song of the week.
I mean, it just came out.
I was gonna pick one, but I was like, nah, I don't want to pick one from Kendrick.
I just didn't want to name a song that I've only been listening to for 2 days.
Somebody else stuff this week.
I've been listening to this song a lot for some reason. Something on my heart.
Chain smokers.
Chain smoker. This is an old song. It's not even a new song. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, he's coming out with a new album.
It was playing at work, and it's been on repeat ever since. I don't know why he be doing videos like this.
He's so weird.
That's questionable.
It reminds me of like Elton John. You know how Elton John kind of out there like that. Even like the Freddie Mercury's, the Boy George, all that shit. I get it. It's definitely like
He's the white Dennis Rodman.
No, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do something really weird and different to stay relevant.
But
I don't think he's doing it to stay relevant. I don't think he's doing it just to stay relevant. I think there's agenda behind him. He's pushing for like gay rights and all that stuff right now. So he wants to normalize shit. And I see why he does the things he does. Now you got.
Is that what he said, or is that what you're seeing it as?
That's what I perceive it as. I don't.
No, he got a bad female.
Yeah, I think so.
He just wanted to play a song so he can show his girl.
That's wild.
That's wild.
That is, boy.
Are you for real?
Dead serious. I was
Living wild.
Yes. She just got divorce papers from her last man.
Oh shit! They just been quick. See, he walk in looking all flashy.
We all know who Olivia Wilde is. Man.
Show me a picture, because the internet looking like they don't know who Olivia Wilde is. Show me a picture.
Bro,
I don't know her by
so
name. She ain't like that yet.
She's so bad to me. My first.
Oh, I thought she was old.
No, but she is old. She is how old? I'll do that.
Oh, she on cougar mode. That's all.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. She on cougar mode.
Good for her. It's nice.
She like that.
Well, he gonna come over. He gonna have the blades of
Nah.
red suit on next week.
That's that nigga look like in that video.
Thank you, Sonny, for coming. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. You said some stuff out there might get you canceled.
You might have some red dots on your head after next week.
I ain't gonna no with you after this drop.
Tin roof.
You let me know when you go to Tin Roof, so I know not to be there.
We appreciate you coming on, man. And,
Also, welcome home.
We're gonna keep it at that. We're gonna keep it at that. Yeah.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
This is JoJo signing off. To my left, I have
The Don.
King Chamberlain.
And they call me Sonny.
Neighbors Noggin. Make sure like, subscribe. Thank you again,
Thank
bro.
y'all, everybody.
Like, share, and subscribe. Damn, one fucking word.